الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا 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 الله ونعم الوكيل.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. اليوم 29 من 3/446 هجري، الموافق يوم الخميس. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته to our beautiful mothers and our fathers and our ancestors and our children and our Ummah at large. This the 29th of Rabi' 1446, and this evening after Maghrib we will be sighting the moon live from 3 Anchor Bay, inshallah ta'ala, as we have been continuously keeping a digital and print of what is the actual time and the event of the people of the South for the last 4 years since COVID, because we are moving forcefully and mercilessly. We are moving into a digital space today, mashallah. And as you all know, your children are having already by now oral sex on the TV, on the phones. Okay, they speak to their friends, multiple friends. You have no idea what they are doing there. Things that we are ignorant, or shall I say heedless about, but you are acutely aware what your children are exposed to on that dark web that is being sponsored by your websites and by your Wi-Fi, our Wi-Fi that is freely available in your homes. But you and I are complacent what we are actually affirming underneath our roofs of our homes. May Allah forgive us. May Allah guide our children, and may He ease our pain. Okay, people, this is not new to us. This is very known to us. What is happening under our roof, what is happening in our time, what is happening in the digital age, it's nothing new. You were 10 years ago, you knew what was happening. 20 years ago, you knew what was happening. It's useless that you are complacent and you are denying what is unfolding in your lives of your children and your grandchildren, because there is where the entire system is being prepared currently for this new enterprise of the digital blockchain world that many of you are very unfamiliar with, mashallah. But just to give you an understanding, yani, it is half past. I will try to do it with Allah's Qudrat. Okay? When the frequency changes, your currency must change. Okay? You know, in the real world, in the conscious world, where we are residing in our higher self, yani, self presence, where conscious is determined by your attention and your dedication and your commitment and your selflessness. Okay, if you are not taken aback by a an adversary, when you are not being fooled by your lower self, when you are focused on your purpose, when you are not entertaining or entertaining your adversary, your masters, okay, when you are in, when you have met your God, Allah, okay, when you have understood where Allah is, where Allah where Allah resides, okay, when you have found that space of security, of I wouldn't say obsolete, but of contentment. Okay, when you have found these modules in your ascension and expansion of truth, where you had to establish your purpose, and that you had to redefine what is divinity, what is it to be in submission of the laws that governs the universe, the sunnatullahi fil ard. If you had come to establish those tenets in your personal lives and in your family lives and in your structure of your community, then Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, then you have been afforded to resonate with the frequency of your universe. Okay? That is where your ancestors, your forefathers, your wisdom, your insight has been planted and will be activated as you ascend into the higher realms of consciousness. Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. So, Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Allah must grant us ease and barakat so that we can bring this truth to our children, in that what is unfolding today, my dear mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, is that since the COVID pandemic in your lives, you and I need to come to terms with the fact that there has been a change of the narrative. Okay? There has been a change of the conscious lanes of the frequency and of the currency. There's been a massive change that has happened. Those of us that can read and understand and have been given the insight to discover and uncover the journey of Ibrahim, the great father Abraham, the great that brings the breakaway. He changes the story. He changes the narrative of what you had believed in a prophet or a prophecy. All those things he breaks out because it has lost its purpose. She's lost her essence. She doesn't hold any spiritual resonance in the age, in the universe. Okay, so a new script was then by the entire globe. Everybody, those who are residing on all the levels of conscious and unconsciousness, everyone is trying to script a new future for themselves, for the conscious people, and for the unconscious people. Okay? The unconscious people are those people, they don't care what happens to them as long as they just get what they need to get and live their lives as dead as they can. Okay? Those are most of the, those are unfortunately how the patterns of the universe has been designed. You're not going to be given an upgrade if you don't do your homework, if you don't clean your house, if you don't upgrade yourselves, if you don't expand your world, if you don't upgrade yourself from the addictive patterns that you've been living in for the last 40, 50 years. Okay, the God way of how you saw a God, a Allah, how you saw a prophet, how you saw Yomul Qiyamah, how you saw Jannah, how you saw Jahannam, those things has been altered. There's been a change in the frequency. We don't believe the way we used to believe. There's been a new version of an operational system for the next 1,400 years. Okay, due to the division, look what religion has done. He's brought people to kill each other. He's invited wars. He's made people, not even a normal child will kill the way big people and adults are killing today. Okay? You as ordinary people, you have been watching it as movies and your religion has been sustaining those kind of unethical values and qualities. Okay? Yani, what you have become is not human. You cannot watch such things and still be acknowledging it. And now you must realize it is a movie you're watching. You can't change the outcome of any of these holy hoods and holy wars because someone has a motive and a narrative for having to give you these different scripts to keep you in, to keep you entrapped, okay, to keep you on the narrative of the gods and their religions, people. The religions that you were following before COVID was destroyed in the heavens, people. It doesn't exist in truth. The narrative has been uh, invalidated, okay? Because you didn't find a God, you didn't find truth, you didn't find spiritual ascension. So when the age had closed in 2020, the narrative of a new altered state of conscious and a new script was and is being rolled out. It is the binar, okay? It is now where we're going to find with all with the unfolding and the how a new page is consistently knocking on your doors, a new truth, a new reasoning, a new lifestyle, a new paradigm, a new understanding of why must you find a prophet in another country? Why don't you have your own prophets? Why don't you write your own story of your journey, of your sacred journey to Allah? Why are you given a secondary level of perception because you have been numbed and dumbed by your adversary? That's why you are being kept in the Middle East because they keep you stupid there, not for you to know who you are. That's why you don't know who Allah is, and you are being made scared by other people, by other scholars, by other religions, so that you are not aware of what time it is. If they distract you below, something is happening above, people. Your above is where you are able to ascend into the highest form of conscious, where Allah is and where you must supposed to upgrade your way of understanding your journey of life, your mystery of life, your story of life. Okay, how everything was perfectly placed in your book of life and how you were supposed to use and read and uncover the secrets that is planted in your book of life at this time when the narration of the universe is serving the needs of those who needs to expand and to grow and to connect with the spiritual truths and the spiritual realities and the spiritual family, the soul family, the ancestors' wisdom, okay, the great wisdoms and prophecies of that is planted in the cosmic transition and transformations that you were supposed to go through in this time that we are living in now. You're supposed to have hooked onto those new yani, philosophies and make contact with your inner DNA, okay, where your forefathers are planted inside of it, people. Okay, look, you must come to terms with you getting an understanding and an upgrade of what it is to live in Jannah. Okay, you're not going to have your body there, you're not going to have money there, you're not going to have a wife or a husband there, you're not going to have any property there. So you are actually being given a insight as to how to module your lifestyles so that your energies are being regulated on the frequency of the currency that is changing now in the order. You are entering into a Jannah zone of understanding what it is to be living in a paradigm and of a free zone where you don't pay for what you receive. Okay, how do you think you're going to live in Jannah? How do you think you're going to be exchanging things in Jannah? Do you think you're just going to sit behind and order? It works in a certain level of frequency, energy. It works on how you perceive and how you are comprehending that. It's got nothing to do with all the hadiths, all the stuff that you know. It's not going to help you in any way. You got to understand how it is patterned. And currently, if you understand what the blockchain module is, if you understand what NFTs are, if you understand how you are going to have a contract on a certain portal where you can freely interact if you belong to a spiritual team. You were supposed to subscribe, find your soul tribe where your mothers comes from, your great mothers comes from. In Jannah, where are you going to be? You're going to be with who? With your adversary? No. You are going to be supposedly, if you had refined yourself, then you should have found your soul tribe. And that is how they will module you onto their formats of how they had enshrined the algorithms, the frequencies, the energies, the love, the selflessness, how they had been moduled by their ancestors, and you have to follow suit and what you have contributed into your age, how you have made it comfortable for yours and for those to come. The adhkars, the dhikrs, that's what you have to module in the house, because in the house they had left the lights on. So you have to maintain that the lights remains on. Okay, you have to maintain that the candle that they lit on Laylatul Qadr, it's still burning. Okay, you have to understand that you were supposed to do your homework when you came home so that you can contribute as what they contributed at the time that they fulfilled their purpose. Right. So the time that you and I are currently coming in is a time where the storylines of Isa being a son of a mother, a son of a virgin mother, these mythologies are all going to be now upgraded. It's going to be given a new expanded understanding of how it is when you find Isa in Jannah. How will you understand it's Isa? It's not going to be a human being. It's going to be a Christ conscious. You're going to upgrade the level of your perception as to what it is to live in Jannah. If you want to go to Jannah, you must upgrade yourself and find the software of Isa bin Maryam. You must come back to your mother. You must be a child of your mother. You must feel the origin, the innocence of a mother. You must come back to Mother Earth. You must know the duties of what resides beneath your feet. Jannah is beneath your feet. Your mother is beneath your feet. You must feel her because she grows beneath. She is your paradise. That's your Garden of Eden. Okay? It's all within you, and you're supposed to keep it above. Okay? As above, so below. In other words, Annie, it's got nothing to do with what they are speaking to you about, this climate changes. These your adversaries all the time confusing you so that you forget where the true organic mother, yani, the mother Jannah is. It's beneath your feet. It's in the soil. It's there where the life is. That's true life. Okay. um, you have to work that. You have to see how she attends to her yani, children, to her tribe. Okay, if you forget and neglect and have no connection with your mother earth, okay, with your land, where you come from, where your mother was coming from, and you are in the air, then obviously they will give you yani, other gods, the gods that you are now worshipping, the gods of Palestine and Vatican and Russia, those gods of the Middle East. That's not your gods, that's their gods, but you believe in it because why? They keep feeding you off. You keep feeding attention. You keep giving them a conscious lane and they keep draining you because this is the Sabbath we are in now. What you incur in this time, you keep your next generations yani, impound into such a yani, foreign world, foreign God, second class. You're always going to be second class. You're always never going to understand your God. You are slaves. You are low. You should never understand how you pray to a God because that God rejected you. He accepted someone else. That's how you've been enslaved. Okay. Now, in this time that you were since COVID, you had to get yourself a new narrative because your God opened up the books. But your adversary doesn't want to release you because you're the one that keeps him alive. If you stop feeding him with attention and you stop giving your currency to him, then you can retain it for yourself and you can dedicate it for the purpose that you came here, but you lost your way. You don't understand what you had to come and do now. So you are enslaved to your enemy, and that is the one that has given you your religion gods that you become. And you are a second class citizen in your own gods and world and house. Okay? And that house is not controlled by the God, it's controlled by a human being. You just don't know it because of your level of your consciousness. You are basically unconscious. Therefore, you cannot challenge the narrative because that is just how it is. Okay. Subhanallah, it is a fasting day here, and what we as the soul tribes are doing now is we are getting our lands, we are retrieving our lands all over. Okay, getting our quantum lifestyle villages, set it up, getting all the necessities that needs to be inside of there, how it needs to operate, who are the people that's going to be servicing the retirement villages as well. We need to look after our elderly. We need to see how to give them the best, the best life since they leaving in the next couple of years. So you gotta module their energies. You gotta give them how your mother made you vir jou vol kamfolie gesmeer het en vir jou vol olie en vir jou gemaak het en you got to give that same service to your elders when they leave because what they put in you, you got to now put it back into them. So you got to put them into a nice place, maybe outside in the in the farmlands, okay, out in France Hook, we are busy finding yani, appropriate places where some of the Al Jim team, yani, people of the medical yani, health yani, conscious, give them a fully entitled lifestyle where they have a program every day where you eat together, you eat your local foods, and they have yani, a similar understanding of when they are in a free zone, like when they are in Makkah, yani, that way of how you do things collectively, how you have your different get-togethers, you have your cultural shows, you have your seminars, you have ways of empowering and expanding mindfulness, meditation, understanding. Want toe gaan jy as ek doodgaan? Okay, get yourself into that kind of position and empower yourself so that you can now understand that there is no such a thing as death because death is life. Okay, now you become more complacent and not complacent, conversant with what it is to live when you are leaving this lifestyle, finding yourself a place as you in social you start. Okay, this is what we are currently busy with for the Khalifas and the members and how they yani, invested into our cultural identity, our cultural knowledge, our cultural orientations. We now putting these yani, facilities and these lifestyle villages up so that we can maintain this energy in our lands on this side of the world. It's not the way we have been living life now because the age and the frequency of the planet has changed, people. Your modules of psychology, of thinking, of patterns, of coding, it's all whatever you believed in the past is not going to be valid for going forward. So the Algene, yani, quantum lifestyle villages, that is going to be compliant with the new narrative of this new age that we are coming in. New philosophies, new ways of how to educate your children, how to keep them as organic, natural, and eating from the land, doing the farming, living part and parcel in a modern context, yani technologically advanced, but having the best of the tribe to serve those people. Yani you need skills, you need yani understanding what is akhirah. Okay, your guys' understanding of akhirah don't exist because you are yani we are mostly gamblers. Okay, you don't and you cannot perceive it because you are caught up in your physical world, and that is unfortunate because as I always told you that by the age of 40, 41, when it came to 2090, we had to come out of our physical capture, out of our ego conscious, and we had to re-narrate a future for the next 7 generations with an understanding that's going to be compatible with him, and they're not going to have a prophet that is dead and buried underground. Okay, this was the time that you had to now find alliance to the frequency of how will you explain to your children how are they going to meet Nabi Isa, Nabi Musa, Nabi Muhammad, Nabi this. It's all in conscious, it's not in the physical realm. Okay, you had to now lay that out first. So we have a fully fledged yani, lifestyle village, quantum lifestyle village that will be now bringing lifestyle modulations yani, that is compatible with the age, the food, the different cuisines, yani, the tribe that belongs to each other, the soul tribe, where they have their own personalized identity, their own currency, their own yani, networking, their own television stations, their own property, but it belongs to everyone and nobody yani, is a boss. Everybody is serving each other because what you want for yourself, you want for others. It's a basic concept of Jannah where you are currently in as a civilization, but you are still waiting till you die because yani, most of us are dead people. So what these new Algene quantum villages lifestyles are actually introducing to the world is what it is to live in Akhirah. You have that opportunity if you are subscribed to the soul tribes. And it is a great privilege to serve our members and our Khalifas, especially considering that they planted this in us. And today we could actually assist them and guide them into this new paradigm of the expansion of life consciousness, okay? And give you a more and the best experience of your life on earth, okay? Bringing heaven into earth. That is what is being currently undertaken. Enjoy your iftar. Have a beautiful Laylatul Jummah. We'll be having a live, and the Nazim is also in pre-anchor bay tonight to do the coverage of the Rabiul Thani, inshallah. Allah give you barakat. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى